Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel Part 102. In the previous video, we thought maybe we had foolish idea that we might actually beat the game. We learned that Crow is in fact evil, and C, I was able to come to that conclusion myself about, I don't know, 8 seconds before the game revealed it itself. And now we are about to go out to the courtyard, or Trista proper, to help Instructor Sarah and Nightheart fight some big robots, but, I guess we can go talk to people. I mean, hey, how's it going, girlie? You're planning on aiding the instructors, aren't you? Please stay safe. I couldn't bear to see you or your friends hurt. Got it. You should join the others at the main building. It's too dangerous here. Don't worry, I will soon. I'm leaving Fee in your hands. Please keep her safe. Of course. I can't do anything but wait for you all to come back, so please make sure that you do, no matter what happens. Will do. Hey, you want to do some fishing? That's odd. Fish have all scattered for some reason. Did I send some? Hey, Rean, the academy's about to be destroyed. Sorry, dude, I'm fishing. Call again later. What, actually? I mean, yeah, let's just go into the main building and everything. What the hell is this wrong with this game? I still can't believe this is real. I've been told to evacuate the main building, so I'm just making sure everything's locked up here. Take care, everyone. You thought you were free of talking to every NPC? I mean, I say it like it's a, chore. I mean, I enjoy it. And I'm, I wouldn't do it if I didn't find it fun, but it is kind of comical that they're like, oh, the Academy's being attacked this instant, and Rean's just like, hey, I'm gonna go, talk to everyone real quick. What in the world was that footage just now? We both saw it, right? That can't actually be happening, can it? Misty was kind of weird, too, like she wasn't even herself. I can just imagine things. I was listening to the radio in my room, but once the instructors gave the order, first Misty was acting strange, and then there was that horrible footage, and now terrorists are attacking Trista? Bro, the whole dang squad's here! I mean, I do kind of want to beat the game today, but, just finished getting everyone out of Trista. Didn't do it alone, but geez, a workout like that really makes me feel my age. Bet you I'll perk right back up if you brought something, though. I brought some real good stuff along with me. Just the kind of stuff that'll help you out in a situation like this, too. Just let me know if you're feeling curious. Never pass up a chance to make a sale, do ya? Still, I'm glad we have you here. Yeah, you better not doubt there, kid. Do you sell anything new? No? Okay. Oh, you don't have your curios anymore? Alright. Got the home field advantage here at the Academy, so don't worry about us. You just worry about you. Imagine how bad we adults feel if you sent out there and you got yourselves hurt. I don't need that on my conscience. Oh no, Anton, did you come back for your handkerchief and now you're stuck here? Anton? Buddy? One of the students here told me that Heimdall's under attack. Oh, that's a good one. He almost got me too. Heck of a joker, that guy. I mean, Ricky's there right now, so it couldn't be, right? I mean, he's headed out there. There's no way Heimdall could be under attack, right? Oh, no. Ricky's always been with me. In spite of all the stupid stuff I've done, he's always been there. So yeah, this gotta be some kind of joke. I didn't even get the chance to give him a proper goodbye. Bro, what the hell, man? Why can't anything good happen to Anton? This is just cruel at this point. Like, did the scriptwriter was like his bully in school named Anton? Is it the Republic and they finally decided to invade? I never thought I'd have to hear the sound of artillery fire with my own 2 ears. Can't say for sure, but it sounded like it came from the West Gate. I heard it's dangerous outside. All the teachers are really scary too. I don't like this. I just want to have fun. At least we're all safe. Emil, Annie, don't even think about wandering outside. Got it? Oh, I do have to check on under characters. I do like how Rean taking the time to. By the way, Crow, he's evil. Wait, write that down. Write that down. We almost finished our notebook. And Kenneth, we're never gonna finish, and we may have missed the Lind and Vivi thing. The instructor just came out of nowhere and told us all to evacuate. Now I hear that Chancellor Osborne's been shot too.
What in Adios' name is going on?
Why the hell do you have one? I mean, they're like, okay, I mean, we had to give this guy a voice actor for that one scene, so, just give us an extra bonus line while you're at it. Has her husband really been killed? What's gonna happen to the Empire now that he's gone? They'll be fine. Oh, gotta get in shape. That hill really took its toll on me. Oh, yeah, the students were saying they saw some footage in the middle of the broadcast. What was that all about? Positive some footage to a radio broadcast. I don't know. They sure went to a mass hallucination? That was a surprise. The instructor suddenly took off towards town. It seems like Heimdall's been occupied too. I hope Misty's safe. I don't. Excuse me, can I go see my sister? She's probably really worried about me. You're the Bianca's brother, correct? I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous for him to leave the building right now. She knows you're safe and she knows where you are, so please don't worry. You evacuate everyone interested into the auditorium. Don't worry about us. It's a little cold, but there's enough room for everyone to sleep comfortably. You're the only ones who can rely on to back the instructors up. But make sure you all come back with all your fingers and toes, got it? What about my arm? You don't need that shit. Also, like, seriously, guys, the instructors are getting killed right now. Shouldn't you go out there? Talking to NPCs go burr. How could, have things have come to this? Oh, Adios, grant us your salvation. Yo. I don't know what's happening, but it seems bad, real bad. Tell me, if you need anything, I'll give you as much as you need. Oh, sorry, did Sarah need backup? I'm busy taking a nap. No, I did. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention, I switched out Machias for Laura just because he's already set up and I didn't want to spend too much time setting people up. And in case the fight's really hard, we're going to need Machias anyway. I put him in the front slot as well just because honestly I've kind of come to the conclusion that like a lot of these characters are hard to use if they don't have HP. Like Emma, I thought about using her because she's already set up orbit-wise, but I feel like she just gets one-shot by everything. Well, you know what? I'll give you a shot. If we have to retool to make Rean work, or to make, you know, the fight harder or easier. No, don't put Emma in the front slot. Yeah, that's good. Alright. I'm still petrified. Chancellor Osborn getting shot was bad enough, then the rest of the broadcast kept getting worse. What kind of future's in store for us? I'm glad to see you all safe and sound. If you're not for Adios would never abandon us in our time of need. Horizon came to the church to bring us here herself. Everyone made it here safely, the children included, all thanks to her. I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you. I'm kind of worried about the store. The only thing I can do now, though, is hope things don't get worse. Hey, can you, see if this thing fits me real quick? I managed to bring a few things with me. If there's anything you need, feel free to ask. I mean, I know you've had, like, you know, 5 chapters to buy this equipment, but if, it's somehow better than what you have equipped, here you go. I was making my way to the station when all of a sudden I was told to evacuate, just when I finally made the decision to return home too. What in the world is going on? There's nobody back there. What's gonna happen to us? I just want to go home. Seems like we're safe here, thank Adios. We don't really know what's going on out there, but the important thing is my family is safe. I plan on keeping them that way. What's this about some army invading Trista? Oh, Adios, please protect us. I just led everybody into the auditorium. Given what's going on, they all seem to be fine as can be, so that's a relief. Make sure to be careful out there. I'll tell you not to do anything I wouldn't do, but you wouldn't listen anyway. Just keep yourself safe. Don't worry about us. The merchants of Trista are a tight-knit bunch. But we'll do what we need to do to get together and talk about what we're going to do if worse comes to worse, though. Hopefully the instructors make it back all right. I left Tizzle in charge of my goods, so go talk. She doesn't seem to be in a good position to sell shit. I'll lend a hand to the evacuation efforts. Of course, now we need to do what we can with all the people evacuated. Oh, I need a book, dude. No matter what becomes of us, we must protect the children at all costs. Please, keep yourself safe out there. You're far too young to throw your lives away. Promising you won't do anything rash. Tizzle seems pretty out of it. Come on, get together. There's no way someone's gonna kill us off so easily. Okay, you sell the books. Thanks. Hey, Sarah, I'll be there in a second. I gotta read the Imperial Chronicle. We were listening to the radio when we heard bursts of gunfire from out of nowhere. Then there were explosions and what sounded like artillery fire. Then came the screams. It sounded like a bunch of people got caught up in it. What's happening right now? Are we gonna die too? Never. Is that everyone? I believe so. Make sure there's nobody actually back here. Bro, there's so many people. You guys gonna help out? Don't worry, leave the main building to me. I won't let a soul pass you no matter who they are. I just got past you. Shut up. We won't let anyone through. Just leave the academy to us. We can take care of things here. Maybe the goddess be with you. You better not get killed out there. My family seems to have investigated safely from Shifsa. Oh, adios. Thank you so much. Yeah, gather any students who might get caught outside. Tell the second years to seal at the entrance to the first floor. Make sure to inform the Trista citizens in the auditorium. They must absolutely not set foot outside. Yes, sir. Of course. Where's Principe at? He's probably still got some strength in him, right? He's old enough that he should have anime old man strength. I don't think you mentioned that. I don't think I've seen her either. That can't be. Don't tell me she wasn't able to get out in time. I will go search the campus for her myself. Wait, who are you talking about? I haven't been able to find Sharon anywhere. Oh. Well, she's fine. If anything, she's probably evil and fighting on the wrong side anyway. Tristan's under attack and Uncle Markov just disappeared somewhere? What should we do? What should we do? Please calm down, Mint. Instructor Beatrix and I have been told to ready the infirmary. I know you're worried about him. I'm worried about him too. But we can't let that shake us. We can help him more by staying focused on doing whatever we can rather than panicking. You're right. Uncle Markov isn't too active. He's probably lying around hurt somewhere. Let me help with the infirmary too. Get him, Mint. Please be careful out there, Elliot. The same goes for the rest of you too, I guess. We're preparing the infirmary to treat injuries as swiftly as possible. Please promise me that you will all return to us safely, but most importantly, Elliot. But for now, I need to focus on things I can actually control. I help Instructor Mary get the infirmary ready, but I don't want to see any of you in there. Be careful. There's no way we can let the instructors take on this whole mess on their own. Garcia, help me gather up some of the fencing club and we'll meet at the main entrance. Understood. I believe it's time we showed them what we're made of. They're heading out to give the instructors a hand, huh? That's the stuff. Show those jerks what the school's made of. Will do. Everyone's really in a panic. Can't say I blame them, though. Either way, we'll get things sorted out here. Don't sweat it. Just make sure you all make it back in one piece, okay? Right. Don't you mean understood? I still can't believe the instructors ran out of those things on their own. You guys better help them out. I think they're forgetting who they're dealing with. Underestimate cadets and you just might get hurt. By cadets, you mean us? Well, yeah, I'm not gonna help. Let's show them what we're made of and make sure you all come back alive. Leave what's happening outside of the instructors. Our job is to take care of things in here. Follow the vice principal's directions and guide the evacuees into the auditorium. And don't forget to round up any first years who ended up outside the building. Got it. What's going on? What should we do? All the instructors are gone too. I don't know, I'll find Klein. He'll know what to do. Following your orders may be the best option in this situation. However, our classes are still in the midst of an unfinished competition. You all must make it back safely. I shall inform anyone within the main building to remain within their classrooms. Be sure that all of you make it back safely. Whatever could be going on? Ferris, dear sister, must we flee to safety at once? Vincent, compose yourself. The academy is currently the safest place we could be. I cannot find Seraph anywhere. She was by my side about a moment ago. Where could she have disappeared to? Ooh. Alan, you better put that training to good use. You head inside, Bridget. Don't worry, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you safe. I'll even hit the enemy for 4, maybe even 500 damage. Thank you. I'll be counting on it. Believe it or not, I'm not as weak as I used to be. Don't worry, I'll take care of you no matter what. I believe in you, Alan. I don't want you to be hurt, so try to be careful. I can't believe it. Why would they attack Trista? Osborne's speech has such a weird ending, too. Everything's so out of control. I saw most of the instructors leaving just a little while ago. Is Trista really under attack? Don't tell me you're planning on taking them on. That's no way too reckless. You don't have to do this. Trista's being invaded. Lynn, what should we do? We've got to get out of here. Vivi, snap out of it. We need to take shelter in the classroom until we know what's going on. Running scared will get you hurt or worse. Okay, you're right. Look at Lynn. Taking control. I'll keep Vivi safe no matter what. While I'm doing that, You all need to go support the instructors. You can always rely on Lynn at times like these. She's definitely the older sister, alright? Is she? Did that fill out our notebook? By God, it did. It's friggin' Kenneth. Keeping me from perfect completion, asshole. Well, really, it's the fault of that stupid fish that I missed back in, what you call it? If those invaders try and mess with me, they're in for a nasty surprise. We have frying pans, knives, and all sort of other deadly cooking equipment in here. Perfect tools that offend yourself, if you ask me. Inconspicuous, but dangerous. Just throw one of the cookies at the robots, it gets gunked up in there, and they die. I see you're planning on going to the thick of it the rest of the class. 7 million. As a member of the cooking club, you have to make sure that you have enough food to keep you going. Don't worry, got it covered. You better make sure to run for it. Things get dangerous over here. Will do. I'll be sure to evacuate with margarita should the worst come to worst. But don't worry about us. Just stay focused on doing what you have to do. You betcha. Anyone on the roof? There's some peeps. Oh, what's up? Hey, I got those guys that attacked the Capitol are here already? Ah, that was way too fast. Chances are they planned this in advance. What? Chancellor Osborn's shooting, the appearance of that new battleship and those new weapons, every individual aspect would have been planned out so well in advance for all three to have happened, well, it's likely that all this, including the attack on Trista, have been in the works for several years now. Can I believe this? I can't even understand what's happening right now. Isn't it a dream, right? Yeah, well, running all the way here from Kirk's is a fine way to wipe yourself out. Now isn't really a time to complain about being winded, though. This is a dream that I'm gonna wake up right now. Well, hello, Master Rean and the rest of Class 7-2. What a pleasure. We were wondering where you two went. We made our way up here just after the broadcast. It would seem that our current state of affairs has become rather grave, unfortunately. Based on the footage we were shown, that huge ship that appeared in Heimdall belongs to the Nova Alliance forces. It's no great leap to deduce that the force marching on Trista also belongs to them. Patrick. What do you expect me to feel guilty? The conflict between the nobles and their reformers the way it is, this was practically a foregone conclusion. That having been said, the Hiram's household kept both Celestine and myself in the dark about this. That humiliation far outweighs any sense of guilt I may feel. I know how you feel. It's likely there was a muzzle order in place to keep this plan and all things related to it an absolute secret. I was issued an order returned just a few days ago, but I opted to decline. In retrospect, perhaps I should have suspected that something was amiss. Allowing you to remain here likely played into Father's strategy to keep me uninformed. But two can play at that game. You needn't worry about the Academy, it's safe in our hands. Right now, there's no line between Noble and Commoner. We are all students of Thor's, equal bearers of the crest of the Horned Lion. We will do what it takes to protect it. I never expected to hear that out of you. We know you will, Patrick. Thank you. Now go find Toa and help her defend the main gate. Good luck. Don't do anything foolish. Of course, let us go, Celestine. As you wish, Master Patrick. Get him, Patty. Oh, there you are. It seems the battle has already begun on the West Highway. Please do not concern yourself with us. It is my duty to keep Master Vincent and Lady Farah safe. I'll fulfill that duty even if it costs me my life. Are you a battle maid? I guess these decisions are part of a maid's duty too. Please do not concern yourselves with us. We shall take it upon ourselves to keep Thor safe. Looks like they're headed our way now. I don't know what those guys are up to or where they're from, but I'm going to be snapping evidence of every single thing they do. So do me a favor and don't get done in while you're out there. Fidelio, back me up here. Right, let's get as many photos as we can. But our lives take priority. We must evacuate if things get too dangerous, understood? Yeah. Oh, why do you have so many pictures of Instructor Sarah's ass? Research? We already went here. We got Student Union. Machias, what in the world was that just now? There's no time to explain. Just make our way back to the main building. Trista's under attack. What? This isn't good. Is this the same group that showed up in that footage there? You're planning on stopping them, aren't you? Maybe. No, it's alright. The instructors went out there alone, so we plan on backing them up. We have no idea what's going on out there, but we're relying on all of you to take care of things here. Okay, got it. We'll head to the main building for now. May Audius be with you. Be sure to return safely. You're welcome. Don't know what's going on, but I can tell it's bad. If there's anything you need, just let me know, okay? I'll do whatever I can to help. Can I have free food? Abso-fucking-lutely not. The instructors were just telling everyone to stay on campus. What in blazes is going on here? And what was that strange moving image we saw during the radio broadcast? If we can believe that what it showed us was true, the capital's under attack as we speak. My son's over there right now, too. But losing their head in a time of crisis never did anyone any good. If you need anything, just tell me. Can I have free food? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Can I have free weapons? No. Well, you'll die if you don't give it to me. I'd rather die than give something away for free. Emma, what was that footage just... hold on, why do you have an orbital staff? Don't tell me you're planning on going out there. I'm sorry, Dorothy, but as part of Class 7, this isn't something I can sit back and watch. Or rather, this is something I personally need to see through to the end. Emma, I don't know what you have to do, but remember that you have friends waiting for you back here. Besides, they'll to convert you to the joy of boys' love. So no matter what, don't let this be the last time I see you, got it? Don't worry, I promise they'll make it back all safe and sound. That's a relief. In that case, I'll gather up some of my favorite books and read until you make it back. I'm looking forward to when we'll be able to read and relax here again. At this point, I think of Emma as a good friend. I'll be waiting here with a collection of highly recommended books for you to read. You better come back. I will. It was then that Emma decided to sacrifice herself. Beryl, you got the deets for us? It feels as though we're looking out at the dawn of something significant. A grand destiny stretches out before us. Please do be careful. Okay. Anything to steal here from Tola's room? Hey, gym is locked. Got the academy field. Anything over here? Whitcomb, we ride? What are you doing here? That weird broadcast got us nervous, so we came to check on the horses. When we arrived, they were going crazy. What's wrong, Whitcomb? Get a hold of yourself. Seems they're panicking because they sense the impending danger. Lamb, we're in the middle of an emergency. I must ask you to return to the main building at once. But we can't just leave the horses here. The horses are in no danger, but I cannot say the same for us. Please, you need to get to safety. Eustace? Very well. Paula, bring the horses inside. Be gentle with them. Right. Hey, I don't get exactly what's going on, but it looks like you're ready to head out somewhere. Don't do something stupid and get yourself hurt. There's no need to worry about me. He's in there. I don't know what's happening, but it seems really bad. Don't get too reckless out there, you hear? Spare me a concern. I don't intend to let mere militants get the better of me. If you know I froze a demon creature 8 times in a row. I'll be fine. Leave the instructors to us. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's go to engineering. Nobody here. Hey, sir, I know that we're supposed to be helping you out, but what if I went to engineering? The doors are locked. We can go in. I don't really want to, but... I mean, I guess they have to offer you a place to grind in case, you know, you needed it. Even if it is kind of hilarious that, like, the academy's in the middle of being attacked, and you're like, what if I just, Selene doesn't seem too happy about all this either. Vita. Emma? It's nothing. Let's be sure we have everything we need for heading out. Right. Give me a powder. It seems the fighting's already started on the outskirts of town. We might be able to beat them back on our own, but we can help our instructors do it at least. Let's go! We've got a lot of process right now, but we can worry about that after we've taken care of this. They think we're gonna let them do whatever they want. They've got another thing coming. As a daughter of the House of Arcade, I have no intention of letting this atrocious raid on Trista go unpunished. It's our only chance to take him on. Let's hurry. So where is the principal? I mean, I guess he's out fighting, maybe? Yeah, because he's not in here. I mean, we could do stuff like we could get Laura and go talk to Monica or something, but... Bro. I can't believe it. He was one of the terrorists all this time. And now he's gone and shot the Chancellor. And on top of that, he's launched an offensive against the Academy. I'm still coming to grips with it myself. Now I think back on it, he was always around whenever something major went down, wasn't he? Even as far back as the summer festival in Heimdall when that big terrorist attack happened. I thought something seemed fishy with all the stuff that happened in Ruhr. But I guess with the urgency of the situation, I didn't think too hard about it at the time. It still feels like it can't be real, like this must be some gross mistake. I can hardly believe Crow was one of them, but I saw him confess to it himself. And the two of us met him on a field study last year. It was easy to get along with him, but there was something about him that seemed a bit hollow somehow. It didn't take long for Angie just went up and said it to his face. They really didn't get along very well at first. Still, the more field studies we went on together, the closer we all got. How did it come to this? Toa? Be that as it may, right now the enemy's at our gates and I don't intend to let them have their way. We're going to protect this academy, no matter what it takes. And when we find Crow, I want to hear it straight from him. I want to know what he's trying to accomplish by doing this. Rean? Okay, do what you can, as Crow's friends and yours were behind you all the way. Thanks. We don't walk onto the battlefield to lose. You tell him, Eustace. I believe in you, Anna. I know you'll be able to keep everyone safe. We're Crow's friends and we can't do anything to help, so please, fight for our sake too. Can we afford a Seraphic ring? Nope. Well, make sure you're completely prepared. This will be your last chance to stock up on everything. I know you're worried about Crow, but you can't think about him right now. Right now, you should only have two things in your mind. Keeping yourself safe and helping the instructors. Off we go. The Magic Squad we're going to see if they can do it. There are greater dangers than anything we faced before just beyond this gate. Are we really ready? Oh, I hit continue preparing. I meant continue full. I thought it said continue onward or something.
May Adios be with you. And just a little speculation from me, but looking at their design, you should aim for their joints. Take them apart at their weakest points and you might have a chance.
I see. Then let's pray our aim is true.
Mike is, if you ever end up shooting your shotgun, it's because we're trying to die, so don't worry about it.
I know I'm repeating myself at this point, but don't go doing anything crazy. You hear? Still, I know in my heart how much you want to protect this school. So do what you think you have to do. Not just for us, but so that whatever ends up happening, you'll know you gave the best you had to give.
Okay, if you say so, Toa. If I have to, I'll use Gold Bell.
Good.
Damn it, Eustace. Now, I will admit, I think fighting robots as our final fight
Sure
is
didn't waste any time.
even more anticlimactic than the Shadow monster.
It seems the battle's already underway.
There, toward the west exit. Let's move.
I mean, unless Crow, maybe if Crow shows up in his robot, that would be kind of cool. But if we're just fighting regular robots...
Impossible! Are you even human?
Because that was the... Oh, dude,
I'm
he's
as
got a
human
big
as they
sword.
come. Can't speak for the principal, though.
Bro, he's got a huge-ass sword. Oh, and Thomas has his own staff?
Or Instructor Beatrix, for that matter.
Okay, so Thomas confirmed probably evil.
I'll say, our decorated veterans are putting the younger generation to shame.
And we knew Beatrix was apparently a badass.
Now, there's no need to go around flattering old ladies.
I really didn't expect Thomas to be out here. Nor Markov, really.
No need to be so modest, Beatrix.
But yeah, I guess he did say that he disappeared.
I don't know of any other old ladies who could reduce an armored car to a smoldering wreck that quickly.
Says the man who cut one in half.
Always nice to share a little outing with my wonderful colleagues.
God, Thomas is just such a fucking badass, man.
And while we're at
Something about
since
him.
when were the two of you such whizzes with all those high-level arts?
Like, just the balls on this man. The way he just, like, manipulates everyone into going out and drinking with him. Being like, oh, yeah, fighting off an army invasion. That's just, a Saturday night with the crew.
Especially you, Thomas. When did you leave the library long enough to become so disturbingly proficient with an orbital staff?
Well, you know me. I've always been rather taken with the mages of the Middle Ages. They're monsters!
Sir, we don't stand a chance against them!
Ah! Stop your whining!
Maybe we didn't need to come after all.
They did this? By themselves?
Where are the robots?
I almost feel sorry for the soldiers.
I thought they said there were robots coming.
Just who is Instructor Beatrix? She was a colonel in the Imperial Army. They used to call her the Reviver.
Heard she saved Sarah's life once even.
Yeah, she's kind of a legend. In her days with the medical corps, she'd show up in war zones to treat the critically injured. She'd patch them all up, friend or foe. And woe to anyone or anything who tried to stop her.
Wow, no wonder she's so
So I'm guessing that means that. So I'm, I've kind of already had the speculation that Sarah was maybe before she was a Bracer, she was like a Jaeger child soldier, much like Fee. And so maybe like, they clashed with the Imperial Army or something, like a provincial army, maybe. Beatrix comes, saves her, kind of gets her to turn her life around, then she becomes a Bracer.
Maybe they don't need our help after all.
No, it's not over yet.
Looks like they've got some reinforcements coming in.
Cease your fire! There's no need to increase our casualties any further. If they're fielding monsters, we might as well call in our own.
Here they come.
They've certainly brought quite a few of those.
They're boasting some impressive armor.
Looks like they've been designed with integrated arts resistance, too.
What to do?
You think we can really beat all these things?
Well, I don't see another way out of this. Do you? We need to hold this location until the Imperial Army's reinforcements arrive, no matter what.
Time to see if the Army's finest up-and-coming officer has it where it counts.
Same to you, Miss A-Rank Bracer.
My! You two really do make quite the dynamic duo.
He's so carefree.
Shut up, Thomas.
I mean, Tom is easily the coolest character in the game.
Palestine and Nightheart are taking point. Let's give them some cover.
Like, some of the other characters, they're like, hype them up lore-wise. They're like, oh, they're like actual, basically demigods. Thomas is just out here living his best life.
Yes, sir.
Now,
he doesn't need to act
see
strong.
which parts have that
You can tell by the way he acts.
They certainly seem to be holding their own.
Well, there is another gate.
Yeah,
Maybe we can go there.
Look how many they're up against.
And the enemy's still got strength to spare. But the instructors don't have anything to fall back on if the enemy gets the upper hand.
Let's go. They need backup, and we're here to give it to them.
Right. I'm not sure how much support we'll be able to provide, though.
At the very least, we should be able to keep one of those things busy.
If we can give them that much more of a fighting chance, I'll do it. That won't be necessary.
Oh, Sharon? Is it time for you to reveal yourself as what you are?
What? Sharon? Allow me to handle things here. I'll be sure to give Lady Sarah and her colleagues the opening they need to clinch their victory.
But like, do I get to do anything?
Huh?
At least let me fight Crow. Oh, she jumping.
She's fast.
I figured you'd show up sooner or later.
Well, she's helping us out at least. For now.
Oh my! Steel wires.
I was gonna say, I feel like that shouldn't do that much, but...
These new model engines certainly are quite the step up. I'm impressed. Still, all the power in the world doesn't mean much if you're all tied up.
He's gonna hit him with the Empire Strikes Back.
The pleasure of being bound, vulnerable, and exposed is a thrill like no other.
Bonk.
Would you care for a little demonstration? I'd say you won't feel a thing, but that would be lying.
Bonk.
So you finally dropped the act, huh? Looks like you've even picked up a few new tricks since our little dust-up 2 years ago.
So I guess she was heavily involved with the raids on the Bracer Guild?
But I guess I wouldn't expect any less from Sharon Kruger, Ouroboros' Enforcer number 9.
Do I know what the tarot card 9 is off the top of my head? No. You the Hangman? Is that it?
Or should I just call you the Severing Chain?
Is 9 the Hangman?
I'm currently on leave from that position. Right now, I'm but a humble maid in the service of the Rhineford family.
So we figured that much out. I mean, anytime someone's got like a cool name, you kind of have to assume they're an enforcer.
And no matter who's pulling the strings, anyone who tries to harm Lady Elisa or her friends will have to get through me first.
That's fine by me. But I think you and I need to sit down and have a nice long talk after all this is over. I'll bring the snacks.
Oh, look at them go! Are you just going to stand there and let the ladies run laps around you, Major?
Of course not. I was just about to say we should focus our assault on one and hit it with everything we've got.
That's Rean's phrase? Oh, they hit him with a combo attack. Good thing they're just kind of standing there
will be boys.
To let them get beat up on.
Oh my! I feel like a mere mortal walking among titans.
Okay, I think I got these guys figured out. Gonna nullify their art shielding capabilities.
Do we at least get to fight the blue boy?
You sure know how to show a guy a good time.
Are you, oh, you're V, okay. I mean, I figured you were special.
Some real fight in you. I can respect that. Still, there's only so much you can do against these soul dots. Let's see how long you can hold out, shall we? You're a military academy. Let's see how much fight you've really got in you.
So, Elisa, just who the heck is Sharon?
She doesn't know.
Don't ask me. I want to know just as much as the rest of you. I'm pretty sure my mother knows her background, but she never told me.
Yeah, that is interesting. I do wonder how, she recruited an Ouroboros enforcer to become her maid.
Still, now they may have at least a chance of victory. Though not a great one by any stretch. Still, we've seen those suits demolish battle tanks in just a few hits. Every second we hesitate.
You're right. If we join the fight, their chances would be that much better.
But let's just kind of keep standing back talking about it.
That sound.
Okay, I kind of was thinking maybe we're supposed to go to the other exit or other entrance.
Faint, but I can hear it.
No way.
But that's coming from the opposite direction of the capital. Lammy! We've got two of those armors coming in fast! A blue one and a green one!
Blue one and a green one.
Well, they certainly don't seem to be holding back on our account.
Are they trying to catch the town in a pincer attack?
The instructors and Sharon have their work cut out for them with those five.
Looks like we're the first and only line of defense then.
Yeah.
Good thing we stood around talking instead of doing anything.
Get ready, everyone!
Except for those of you who aren't in the active party, you can just kind of, you know, stand around, go get some ice cream, I guess. So the green one's probably just a generic, and blue one's maybe someone important?
Trista's east exit in sight now. No hostiles visible.
Okay, that is Scarlet.
Quite the posse to defend this little town.
I was kind of thinking
but I'm
that
sure they've got their hands full dealing with Vulcan.
that hers might be like red or something.
Never mind that, though. We're not here for the town. C's instructions were to head straight for the academy and take all of the students captive.
Real rude, Crow.
Roger that, Comrade S. We've got a group of unknowns dead ahead.
My, what have we here?
And then Scarlet's PTSD from how bad her ass got kicked, it just starts flashing up and she runs away.
And here I thought Vulcan would get all the fun to himself. But you didn't let me down, did you, Class 7? You managed to turn up every single time.
I'm telling you, our PTSD is acting up. She's like, all I remember is I was frozen, then fainted, then frozen, then frozen, then frozen.
Commencing operation. Our objective is to defend Trista's east exit. Aim for the one in the front and give it everything you've got.
Understood.
That was Elisa that time.
How cute. You seriously think you can beat a Soldot's unit, do you?
Lady, we defeated the Shadow Lord, or at least a simulation of it.
It just wouldn't be sporting of us to attack at the same time, so why don't you soften them up a little first?
Roger that. With pleasure. You've interfered with our cause for far too long. It's time you got what's coming to you. Let's see how long you last against this dragon.
You're in my
Hey,
way.
Whatever you say, buddy. Just don't one-shot Emma instantly, please. Now remember, we're not as OP right now. Oh, wait. Maybe we are? Did I not unequip Gold Bell? Oh, no, I think I forgot to unequip it, dude. But didn't I? I very clearly remember unequipping it. Am I crazy? Did I re-equip it by accident? Well, shit. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but... That does kind of suck a
I'll
little bit,
handle this.
but... What are you, weak to? You're... Oh my god, you're... You take... sir, don't even talk to me? You didn't cast your spell instantly, I was lied to?
Get back!
Oh yeah, they both have their...
My turn.
I could have sworn I unequipped.
Arcus, activate!
This isn't looking good.
You know what? Let's, Alto 4? Because, like, I really don't want to use the Gold Bell stuff unless we had to. Like, I didn't mind using it against the Shadow Lord because the fight was, like, super annoying. But, yeah, I don't really want to use them against, these guys. Especially since it seems like we would be able to stun lock them infinitely so easily. Oh wait, this is the wrong save. Ah! I didn't think. What time are we at? We're at 42. Yeah, so I'm probably not beating this game. Well, I mean, if it ends in the next, like, 2 hours, maybe? Okay, let's load the right one this time. Yeah, this was supposed to be Cross Crusade, right? Oh no, it's supposed to be Deus Gem. And then you got... Now, I don't actually know if I unequipped this, because I don't remember unequipping anything for you. You don't really need EP cut? No, I remember equipping Grim Butterfly. It's weird. Very strange. Well, thankfully you can fast forward through everything like so fast. Fair shooting, dude. Imagine you played the entire game like this. That'd be fun.
Enemies ahead! We'll have to fight! You okay?
Thanks!
I'd qualify that as a little rude. I mean, you can be AT delayed. I mean, you're not like a real fight. You're like a
My
joke.
turn. Arcus, activate!
You're like a joke fight.
Okay.
Emma, what do you do here? Honestly, I could probably ditch you. And we could like stun lock you forever with Millium or something if we wanted to.
I'm sorry for the trouble.
I'll take care of this.
I should have just led with Machias, man.
Here we go.
Oh no, you asshole. Could like confuse you. Confusion's not really gonna be any good here, but
Arcus, activate!
My turn.
Appreciate it.
So why'd you holy breath? I mean, it's a Fortuna there.
Leave it to me.
I'll handle this.
Here we go.
Now the question is just how do we make this go faster? Actually, Fortunaing would help. Now, what do you know again? You have Grand Press and Demonic Sight. Oh yeah, just Death Blow him, dummy.
I'll handle this.
Just Death Blow him, dummy. What is wrong with you? Just Death Blow him. Does this have Death Blow? No. I mean, I could switch in Fee, but I'm a little worried about having her.
Sorry, can you handle this?
Will do. Here I go.
Okay, so you can't actually one-shot per se. Well, yeah. There, we hit for max damage, the theoretical max damage.
How?
Nobody saw that coming.
How could I have lost to a bunch of kids? They're only students.
I mean, it is kind of funny that that's like actually the weakest enemy in the entire game.
We did it! Looks like George was right about aiming for the joints.
I should have expected that C's classmates wouldn't go down easy.
We've beaten your ass. What are you talking about? Of course you should know that.
I recognize that grating voice.
Scarlet? You're in there, aren't you?
Oh, did you miss me? I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to play at mine. But I hope you haven't forgotten that I owe you for getting in my way at Gorelia Fortress. You managed to
And you better hope that you're not also weak to Death Blow?
Let's see how you fare against a Spiegel.
I mean, just because you give him fancy names doesn't mean I give a shit.
That one's not like the others. It must be a command unit.
So it has weapons the regular suits don't?
Oh, believe me, you'll find out. Sadly, I doubt you'll survive the demonstration. But at least try to put up some token resistance.
Stay on guard and don't get cocky.
Okay, unfortunately our
Here we go.
Our setup here is like really bad. Okay, you're immune to everything, so that's good to know, I suppose. And you're not healed. Yeah, unfortunately our setup's like really fucked right now. Okay, give yourself some speed. We got some special music for this.
Ooh, that's good. I'll handle this. Now is our chance.
Roger. I'll handle it. Good luck.
I'll try at least.
I want the Elster back. Okay, against my better judge, like move like right here. That should still let you get hit by a chrono burst or a burst drop.
Leave it to me. Time barrier. Right.
My turn.
But we can just go for damage. You don't really have to worry about statuses and stuff. Which, I mean, I still think Crystal Flood's our best bet. Like, it's a good... Well, Maelstrom is actually... It's only a very slightly lower delay. Let's try Maelstrom, see how much it does.
Here we go.
There's not really that much reason to Flame Impact, but...
Arcus, activate.
Oh no, you piece of shit. I'm trying to think how we want to do this.
Right.
Can you pop this? You can. You can pop with an auto attack. Yeah. Oh, Elliot the God. Oh, it's permanent.
What?
It did 1 damage? What? Is it? I can't tell if it's...
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a joke fight. It's a joke fight. Okay.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Alright. I didn't realize it wasn't a real fight. Kinda lame.
No way.
Man, they don't mess around with the unwinnable fights in Azure. Or not Azure, in what's the name of this game? Okay, I want to say Crossbell. Cold Steel.
It reflected all our attacks.
That's cheating!
And this, children, is what we call reactive armor.
It's a fancy word for plot armor. They actually made plot armor a real ability.
Think of it as a protective field that the pilot can activate at will. They originally designed it to defend against tank assault. But as you can see, that's not its only use.
The 5th Division really outdid itself this time. Rean?
Wig out, Rean. Wig out.
Hey, what are you...
That was another maybe hint that we haven't really fought our final boss, is that you would think if we're gonna fight a final boss, Rean's gonna be wigged out for it.
You're not. It's the same as when he fought the Viscount.
No, don't!
Shut up, Emma.
Don't do it, Rean!
Yes, do it, Rean. Don't listen to them.
So this must be that power of yours that C mentioned. I wonder if it'll really give you the strength to take down this Spiegel.
If I go full force, it'll probably cost me my life.
Oh, you'll be fine, right? It said something about you gain some power from fighting the Shadow Lord, so you can probably maybe control it better or something.
But if that's what it takes to keep them all safe, then that's the price I'll pay.
Rean, stop!
You don't have to do this!
Dost thou desire the power?
What?
Man, I don't know. Should we listen to the ominous voice in our head? I mean, no, but it'd be cool if you did listen to it.
If thee and I are of one accord, a covenant can be made.
Oh, bro, this is gonna bite us in the ass, isn't it?
Thou hast but to call out my name. One in whom dwells the flame, Awakener.
This voice.
It looks like all the conditions have finally been met.
Shut up, Celine. I don't know, man. I just don't think it's a good idea. I mean, like, a part of me's like, yeah, do it, it'd be cool. But another part of me's like, I don't know if I trust the ominous voice.
You can talk?
Yes, quite eloquently too. But that's not important right now. Right now, you need to stay focused. You should know his name already. You saw it deep within the realm of the Great Shadow.
Bro, I don't remember his name. Also, I'm not making a covenant with the fucking Shadow Lord, asshole. Oh, Valimar. Okay, that one. I thought you were talking about the actual boss. His name was like Loa Erebonius or something.
It feels so familiar. Like I've always known.
I don't want him. I mean, I just feel like it's a bad idea.
Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
We Dark Souls? Oh, he's the robot. Oh, so we're getting a robot. Now, honestly, I would prefer if it was just his, like, demon transformation got cooler. Because, I don't know, I don't really have much of a, like... I don't find mechs that cool. I know that's maybe a controversial statement, but I don't know. I've always been more of a fantasy over a sci-fi guy. So I would prefer if it was just that his, like, magic power form was different, as opposed to he can just, like, get into a mech now.
What's happening to him?
He just stopped moving.
Celine, what's going on?
Shh, let him concentrate.
Can everyone else hear him now?
Did Celine just...
The cat is talking!
Thanks, Machias.
What's he doing with that fancy light show?
It sure would suck if you were to, like, whack him with your sword right now.
Well, whatever. It's not going to save their skins this time. Playtime's over, brats. Unless you have a death wish, I suggest you get the hell out of... What was that? Is the provincial army bombarding the town?
It's just our boy flying in at Mach 3.
Wait! No! Shit! Is that what C was talking about?
Man, you should really listen to him when he talks.
What the? Here it comes.
I mean, at least it does look cooler than the other mechs, which look kind of dorky, but...
Rean, how did you... Is this one of the great knights from the ancient legends?
So the tales are true.
You see before you one of the divine knights, incarnations of the great power.
Yeah, that doesn't sound scary or nothing.
The Ashen Knight, Valimar.
Damn it! This wasn't in the plans. It shouldn't have been able to move yet.
Why is Celine coming with us? I mean, I guess somebody has to tell us how to work it.
How am I even doing this?
Man, remember at the start of Trails in the Sky when it was like, man, look how novel this technology is. There's like lanterns that are electric lights, and now you're like on a fucking mech.
It's like my body just knows.
The moment you accepted the Awakener's covenant, all the fundamental knowledge was granted to you.
I just don't like the word covenant.
But you've got a more pressing issue to deal with right now.
Because, I mean, that implies that we have to give something up.
And this Divine Knight doesn't have a weapon yet either.
Does he need a weapon? Look at him. He's got his fists. Only weapon he needs are these fists so mine.
It evaded that attack
Words
like a
of
trained
wisdom?
duelist.
Like Rean would.
All right, I think I figured out the basics.
Rean!
Is he inside that thing making it move?
That's awesome!
I mean, it's not as cool as when he, you know, transforms, but I mean, it's kind of cool.
I recognize that stance. The 8 Leaves One Blade style's unarmed form.
You're just full of surprises, aren't you?
Huh. Looks like you might be able to handle this after all.
The 8 Leaves One Blade school has a form we use if we're disarmed or have to fight without a weapon. And believe me, Master Ka-Fi drilled it into me so thoroughly I could do it in my sleep.
Sounds like you owe him a thank you next time you see him. Watch out! Here she comes!
Let's see what we can do!
Smash the X button.
Don't leave me unsatisfied.
I mean, you got a lot of HP. Okay, so you got Sprint. Consumes 500 EP, heals. Okay. Probably don't want to use that yet. So it gives you extra strength, halves damage, 50% chance to counter. Counters cause imbalance 100% of the time. Okay, get whacked. Brother did no damage.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
Lady, you're attacking too fast. Please stop. Oh, wait. Was there something we could target there? Oh, okay, there are different points. Like, I wonder if maybe hitting the arm would stop the attack?
My.
No? You guarded?
Hope you like pain.
My bad? I'm sorry, I should have obviously known that.
Can't lose.
Okay, so what? I don't... Can we even do enough damage? Support self, halves damage, 50% chance to... I mean, I don't know, try
Bring
it.
it on.
Hope you like pain.
Gotcha. Now.
Bro, you don't do any damage.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the counter seems very good since she's attacking so fast.
How about this? How about this? Hope you like pain.
That all?
Because, I mean, she's got like 8 actions in a row. Okay, so the counter, that's the way to go.
How about this?
No, we're still gonna be here for like 1,000 years, so we've done 10% of her HP.
Hope you like pain.
Okay, so the body does more damage. So maybe the head would cancel then? Okay, there we go. That's how you do damage.
That lasts. How about this?
Bro, stop. You hurt.
Can't lose.
Hope you like pain.
Okay, now... I think we rebuff ourselves. So you whack us.
How about this?
And we say, dang, sucks that you whacked me. Sure would suck if I were to morning moon.
Hope you like pain.
That all?
How
Bro,
about this?
just a single dodge?
Hope you like pain.
Gotcha. Now.
Very slowly but surely.
You're in for it now.
I mean, you think head would break it? Because we tried arm and that didn't work. So, I mean, there's got to be a reason to target the head. And I'm going to... Well, actually, we're going to double attack here.
My.
So...
Too bad. Take this.
Bro, what am I supposed to do? Because, I mean, you can't hit the arm, you can't hit the body, you can't hit the head.
Now. Wasn't strong enough.
Okay? I mean, the fight's... It's a gimmick fight, alright?
Don't leave me unsatisfied
Now.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
Because I don't really know what you're supposed to... Because, I mean, I would think, you know, you hit the arm of the head to cancel that attack or something. Like, there has to be a reason to hit the arm and head. As opposed to the body, which just does way more damage.
Now.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
Can't lose.
How about this?
And you're doing that. I'm just like, fun. Do that. See if I can.
Hope you like pain.
Then what if, I don't know, buff myself again?
How about this?
Bro,
Hope you like pain.
have you thought about not being a piece of shit? Just asking for a friend?
Can't lose.
How about this?
Bring it on.
Hope you like pain.
Just like just a single dodge.
Gotcha. Now.
How about this?
Just a nugget of a dodge is all I ask for.
Hope you like pain.
Bro, this fight is impossible.
Now! Aren't you feisty? We'll see how long that lasts. You're in for it now. Now! Now!
I mean, you have to go for the morning moon, I guess? Because you're not going to do enough? Well, actually... No, you have no extra strength. I mean, I think we're dead. I don't think there's anything we can do, but... Because this is not going to do anywhere near enough damage. I thought we had a rush, but...
Strong enough.
Okay,
Don't leave me unsatisfied now.
Now! It just seems like it's very, like, luck-based, whether or not you get the unbalance. Like, if you get the unbalance, you're good. If you don't, then, you know, honestly, just uninstall.
Now! How about this?
Like, I don't know, I just feel like you should hit the arm when they're doing that, right? I mean, that makes sense to me. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot.
How about this? Hope you like pain. How about this?
Bro!
Hope you like pain.
Can't move.
Like, if we would just get to, like, I mean, the speed buff does nothing.
Bring it on!
Hope you like pain.
Bro.
That all? How about this?
It's so dumb.
Hope you like pain. How about this?
Now!
Maybe the stances do change it? I don't know.
Aren't you feisty?
But we just don't do any fucking damage. I mean, it's all just dependent on, like, there's like 3 elements of luck in the fight. A, her speed. B, whether or not you even get the unbalances. And C, whether Mirror Moon works.
How about this? Hope you like pain. How about this? Hope you like pain.
And also, it just takes forever. Like, all the animations are so damn long.
Hope you like pain.
Like, just a nugget of a hit, please.
How about this?
Can't move.
Hope you like pain.
Okay, let's see. Does Morning Moon work? Well, no, because it's going to wear off, right? We have to do this again.
How about this?
And then you do Morning Moon, and it doesn't work.
Hope you like pain.
Gotcha.
Finally, it worked.
Now!
Aren't you feisty? We'll see how long that lasts.
Like, please attack. And honestly, the attack would be better if it didn't increase your speed.
How about this?
Like, the fact that it increases your speed makes it worse.
Hope you like pain.
Dude, I don't know if you can do the damage.
You're in for it now.
Like, I don't understand how you even hurt him enough.
Bring it on! That all?
You're in for it now.
Gotcha! Now! That all?
You're in for it
Bro,
now.
just dodge.
Wasn't strong enough.
Bro.
Don't leave me unsatisfied now. How about this? Hope you like pain.
I mean, this just sucks. Like, a lot.
Hope you like pain.
Can't move.
How about this?
Like, just quit doing so much damage.
Hope you like pain.
Honestly, maybe we don't want to double buff.
Bring it
Maybe
on.
that's a trap. Because, I mean, honestly, you want her to go as many times as possible.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
Gotcha. Now.
Now, oh, I forgot to rush. I didn't realize we had it.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
Bro! It's just fucking luck, man. This sucks.
Now.
Aren't you feisty? We'll see how long that lasts. How about this?
Can't move.
Hope you like pain.
Okay, now just... Bro, we've done no damage.
You're in for it now.
Bring it on. That all?
Ah, that was stupid. Because we lost our buff. Because it only lasted 3 fucking turns.
That all?
We missed 3 of them in a row.
Now.
You're in for it now.
Now.
Strong enough.
Bro, this is awful.
Don't leave me unsatisfied now.
Now.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
I'm like, I don't even know what to fucking say to her. I mean, it's like, it's actually pissing me off. I mean, it's mostly the difficulty mod, I think. Just making this like, there's no margin for error, I think. But, it's just kind of like an annoying idea for a fight, since it's just all luck-based. Because you have like 2 elements of luck that you don't really have any control over.
How about this?
Which is whether or not you, you know, whether you fucking got selected. Like whether you get the unbalances, which you don't you're not guaranteed to get the unbalances. You're very likely, but you can still miss them. And whether or not, I mean, the morning mood thing should just be, you should just guard. Like, the counter, it should just be 100% chance of counter and you take full damage or something. I don't know. The way it works where it's RNG based is bad.
How about this?
Can't move.
Hope you like pain.
Now.
I don't mean to do that.
How about this?
Or it's like if you forget to hit the triangle button one time, you lose.
Hope you like pain.
Maybe Morning Moon's a trap. It's possible that it's a trap, and we shouldn't be using it. I'm gonna try it one more time though, just because like I feel like we're too far behind that we need the dodges. Bro, just fucking dodge!
Gotcha. Now.
You're in.
Like I'm begging and pleading for a dodge. Begging for the location of a dodge through text.
Now.
Come on, man.
Strong enough.
Don't leave me unsatisfied now.
And if we dodged a single time, we would have gotten her.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
Now.
How about this? Hope you like pain.
Now.
How about this?
Can't move.
Hope you like pain.
Like, do you have to pause after every attack for 45 minutes? Is that, like, strictly necessary? Like, now I'm just, like, so salted on it.
How about this?
Now!
No, I keep forgetting the fucking triangle, man.
Hope you like pain.
God damn it.
Can't move.
How about this?
Because, like, I'm used to not triangling anymore and saving for burst is the problem. But, like, you know, you don't want to do that here.
Hope you like pain.
Now!
Aren't you feisty? We'll see how long that
Like, is this necessary either? Like, that taking 45 seconds?
Now!
You're in for it now.
Bring it on!
I mean, it's the only way we live.
Gotcha! Now! Gotcha!
And of course, now we get the good luck when we're, like, so far behind the 8-ball.
Gotcha! Now!
I mean, you gotta go for it. It's not enough. Because you're only gonna do, like, what, 5,000 unbuffed? You could try and... Like, I don't know. It's like, basically, you do this, you roll the 50-50. I think you can afford the more... Because for Morning Moon, we'd have to counter at least twice. Maybe actually 3 times, I think, to get the kill. For this, we'd have to get... We do 6,000 with our base, assuming we even live. 6,000 base, plus the... It only does like 10k, I think?
Bring it on!
I think you have to Morning Moon here.
Gotcha!
Like, it's just a kind of...
Now!
You're in for it now.
Okay, so you need one dodge is all you need. And we dodged 6 times in a row. It's like, I don't even feel like... Now I'm mad because like, we don't deserve the win.
This can't be happening.
I mean, I can appreciate trying something different, and I think that's mainly... That one's maybe made bad by the difficulty mod, just because there's no margin for error. But I think the fundamental design is also a bit flawed, with it just being, like, so luck-based on Mirror Moon.
If Reinford had finished my Templar sword in time, I'd be the one still standing.
Yeah, sure, that's
This
it.
battle is over. There's no reason to keep fighting.
Like, man, my sword wasn't strong enough as I fight someone who doesn't even have a weapon. Man, I'm Scarlet. Shut the fuck up.
Now get out of Trista, and take the squad by the west exit with you.
Rean.
Yeah! Beat it and don't come back!
All right. This should be all the backup they need at the west exit, and then some.
Damn.
Whoa, whoa, hold up just a sec. Aren't you forgetting something?
Don't make me do this combat thing again. Because it's not a... I don't know.
That voice.
Like, just let me fight him straight
Something's
up.
coming.
Now, I wonder... Okay, so I was going to say, I wonder if his is a special one then, too, because it looked a lot different than the ones they had. So he does also have a Divine Knight or whatever they're called.
A Blue Knight?
Then Valimar wasn't the only Divine Knight that was awoken.
See? Am I ever glad to see you?
The Azure Knight? So he was an awakener all along.
Guys, have you thought that maybe you like the color Azure too much?
I'll bet she's the one who guided him to it too.
I'm guessing they're the other lady? The Azure lady?
Crow. Crow! Are you really in there?
Sure am. Long time no see, Rean.
I wonder if there's any indication when you trying to remember the sequence when you go to get the clothes. Like, we did the scene where you bring Crow, but I don't remember there being any indication that they knew each other, which would have been a kind of neat little hint.
Oh well, not too long, I guess, seeing as we just had dinner together last night. But that all feels strangely distant now, you know? Another lifetime almost.
Why? If only we'd hung out with him at the dance, we could have saved him.
doing this? Are you really the one who shot the Chancellor? And where did you even get that thing?
It's thanks to the Imperial Liberation Front's planning that I wound up at the Academy in the first place. It was a nice spot to bide my time while we waited for our chance to take out the Chancellor. Gotta say, though, the whole school thing was a lot more fun than I expected. Almost makes me sad to leave it behind. But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal. The Crow Armbrust you've known all this time, he isn't real. He never was.
Well, you say that now, but what about after we deliver, I don't know, 4 to 5 anime friendship speeches? Do you think you change your mind then?
Like hell he isn't! All the good times we had? Your friendship with Toa and Angelica and George?
Like, this is gonna be friendship speech number 1, but you got several more coming your way, mister.
You seriously want me to believe that all of that was just a lie? That our hanging out, our field studies, even our concert meant nothing to you?
I will say I do like the voice acting for Rean there.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh no. Crow, why are you doing this?
Reinford made that for the Soldats units. I know it's not the kind you're used to, but it's the best you're gonna get right now. So, what do you say we settle things once and for all?
A double saber, just like C used.
Then there's no room left for doubt. Crow really is C.
I take no joy in this, but we can't have that Ashen Knight of yours getting in the way later down the line. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to bust it up, along with the Academy.
Now, I mean, he's got special music, which makes you think final boss, but don't let the final boss actually be a gimmick fight.
As for you students and the staff, you'll be under our jurisdiction.
So that's the plan if you win, huh? But what about if I win?
If you win, I'll pay up the interest I owe you on that 50 Mira. Hell, we could even trade places. I'll babble on about friendship and dreams, and you can have fun for once in your life.
I mean, I do always like it when, like, the villain ends up being someone that you kind of grow attached to, right?
You've got yourself a deal. But I hope you know what you just signed up for. Because the Bank of Rean has the highest interest rate on the continent. And if we'll be trading places, don't forget you'll have a mountain of work waiting for you back at the Academy. So one way or another, you'll be coming back with us, Crow.
You've got some real stones. I'll give you that. But sure, I'll agree to those terms.
No, best case scenario, we fight him to a standstill, like story was.
Their will to fight is causing an enormous outpouring of mana.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay. So, we got our sprint still, we got some new crafts, we got flame impact, can't guard / counter. 30% chance to unbalance, can't guard / counter, 2 slashes in quick succession. Okay, okay. You did no damage? Sorry, you didn't hurt him? What about your head? Well, you see, the thing is that I don't do any damage. I don't know if you've noticed this.
That's it. You're finished.
Bro, you can't link with yourself. I mean, I know we were doing it the whole time, but... Bro, what am I supposed to do?
Can't lose.
We literally do no damage?
Can't lose.
Like, can we only hurt him with our crafts?
That's it. You're finished.
Oh my god, this sucks.
Burn to ash. Fall. Now. Here. That's it. You're finished. It was strong enough.
Oh my fucking god.
Alright, let's do this.
Unbalanced is the key to effective combat. He fucking, we don't do damage. Second, a body part will record how effective the damage was against a partner. I know, I understand that. But you see, the problem is, we don't do any damage.
Now! Here now! Assist!
Like I don't know if you noticed that we don't do any damage.
Now! Here!
So this is even worse because it adds in the extra added element of RNG of him being able to crit you.
Burn to ash!
Like I did nothing. I mean, it like did less than nothing.
Can't move.
I don't even know if this is even close to possible.
That's it. You're finished. Assist. Burn to ash.
Bro, this is unbelievable trash. I hate this. Like, I straight up hate this. I mean, this is maybe the difficulty mod's fault, like the fact that we're doing literally no damage, but,
Alright, let's...
because this is awful. It's just RNG hell. But, like, honestly, even without the difficulty mod, I feel like this is not very fun. Like, just the base level design of these fights, I don't really like.
That's it. You're finished. Can't move. Can't move.
Like, this sucks so bad.
See it now. Here, see it.
I mean, to beat the last fight, we had to get 6 fucking dodges in a row.
Bring it on. Metal. Gotcha. Now.
That's still no damage. Unless it does like 100k. If it does like 30k, yeah, this can't be done. This cannot be done. No one can do this.
Assist. Now. Here comes. Now. Here comes. Assist. Strong enough.
I mean, there's no point in doing commentary for this garbage. We're just gonna cut to the successful attempt. So, it's a new day, and loath as I am to admit it, after probably grinding this fight out for maybe 3 total hours, I've come to the conclusion that is mathematically not actually, it might be mathematically impossible to win with the difficulty mod on. I had to uninstall it. Now, I don't know if there's a fight after this and I get the chance to save, I will reinstall it. But this fight, literally, I don't think can be done with the difficulty mod installed. Too much damage comes out too fast. I even tried to grind up Rean's level so that his stats would be higher for this phase. And even with, like, I think I got it to, like, 67, and it does give you about 10,000 more HP and a good bit more damage, but you still just die way too fast. Like, so we're playing on regular Nightmare right now, which, I mean, it sucks. It really, really sucks. And I wouldn't have felt so bad, or I would feel worse about it, but since this is a gimmick fight, I don't feel quite as bad about it. Because the problem is just with your stuff being so restricted, there's just not really much you can do, right? And it's just luck. Yeah, we still don't do any damage in this phase, but like we're doing we were doing what, 1,000 with our counters at like base level 61. So we're doing like triple the damage with our counters compared to on the difficulty mod. But the biggest difference, it seems to be based on the fight with the lady. Another thing that sucks is the reason this fight crashed like 3 times for me over the course of my like 2 or 3 hours of grinding it out. And after the last crash, I said, fuck this. I'm so tired of because it takes so long to get back to this fight just via the cutscenes you have to watch, which, I mean, you can skip them, but it still takes a long time. And you have to refight the lady every single time, which was really annoying.
Now, here goes it.
Like, our damage, honestly, I mean, like on the lady, we were doing a decent bit more damage. Not like a crazy amount more, but the main thing is that we take, like, I don't know, like 2/3 of the damage we were taking. And they're not nearly as fast. That's really the main thing, is just the overall DPS output is so much crazier. Since you have such a limited HP pool, like, you can't really, because, like, for the regular fights, enemies being so fast isn't that big a deal, right? Because, you have ways to play around it, and you can it just can maybe prolongs the fight. But considering you only can take X number of hits before you die, them being so fast, means that you literally can't get the damage out there in time, which sucks.
Now, here.
And, like, you know, I just have to stress, like, I wouldn't have done it if I felt like this was even close to He's literally doing half damage. That normally does like 15k.
That's it.
I mean, he still hurts, and we may still lose, possibly.
Can't lose.
I mean, I did beat the lady without even having to use our final sprint, which has never even close to happened before.
Bring it on!
Now, like, some general strategy stuff, that feels like double morning or double strength buffing is actually a trap. At least based on the way it normally is working. Also, the music is, like, really loud. I actually do really like this song. I haven't really been paying attention to it because I've been too, like, angry. And focusing on, like, how, I mean, this fight is just RNG at the end of the day. Like, based on whether or not he links and whether or not you counter. I mean, it's just crazy. I think we just punch you for now to make use of the strength buff. Yeah, we're doing, like, still a decent bit more damage than we were normally. Yeah, we can maybe get a super rush off.
Think you can handle
this? He didn't link. This is when, even though it's the exact same stance, now you have to hit him in the head. Now, the only way you can know that is trial and error.
Now, my sword will.
But yeah, this fight,
Not bad.
I don't know. I think that's an oversight on the mod maker's part. It should not have been tweaked for the difficulty mod. Considering you don't have any tools to, we might still die here. Okay, no, we're still good.
Can't move.
I've never really gotten past this part.
You're fit. So, what you gonna do?
I mean, I've only gotten to this section of the fight like twice in like 3 hours, so I think we maybe are still gonna lose here.
Bring it on! Assist! I think you can handle this.
Unless we just counter like crazy.
Gotcha! Now! Hope you're ready! Darkness! Clear!
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, we're not really getting good luck here.
Bring it on!
The only real thing is that...
Think you can handle this?
Because really, like...
Beat this!
It does seem like maybe you get more mirror moons with the difficulty mod since they're faster. But it doesn't really mean anything when you don't do any damage.
Gotcha! Now!
So like I'm not entirely, unless there's like some extra gimmick to the fight I'm not aware of, and we still lost here, which just kind of goes to show that maybe this fight's not very good. But oh no, you don't hit that section. You don't hit his body here, do you? Kind of assumes since it was a different stance, you wouldn't hit him in the body. My bad.
Alright, let's do this.
Bro, I hope this isn't going to be like a running theme, because this sucks. I'm a little worried that maybe they think this is like a good combat system, and this is something that we should do more of in the future. Because this is just, I mean, even without the difficulty mod, I still think this sucks. It's definitely like, I mean, you have a margin for error now, which is nice. It's not just like, hey, if he link attacks you one time, you die instantly.
Can't move.
Now it's if you link attacks you twice, you die instantly. It's very different.
Now, my sword will...
I mean, at least it's not like, you know, significantly easier, but it's still like kind of annoying.
Now, here's it.
You can consistently get double hits off with your double strength now, which is makes the fight a lot easier too. Because normally you can never do that with the difficulty mod.
Think you can handle this?
Can't move. Beat this. That's it.
He just keeps fucking slashing me, dude. It's so annoying.
Assist. Bring it on.
Yeah, we actually counter.
Now, here's it. Beat this.
Okay, we're getting the good luck we need.
Now.
Oh, I didn't rush. Bro, just rush automatically, man. Okay, we're getting like crazy good luck.
Bring it on.
We still might lose. Just crazy.
Beat this.
Well, yeah, I think we still lose. If he doesn't link. If he doesn't link, maybe we win.
Darkness. That's it. You're finished. Strong enough.
Alright.
Well, at least I know this fight is trash regardless. But yeah, I mean, even with that good luck, we still didn't win. Now imagine if he had like 30,000 extra HP and you did, you know, and he did like 40% more damage? Well, really, it's just his basic attack that does so much left. His slashes still do about the same. Like, that normally does, like, you know, 11k, I think. Whereas now it's only doing, like, 8k, which is noticeable, but it's not, like, a crazy difference. Like, his specials still do about the same. But I mean, the fact that his DPS is so greatly increased if he ever gets links, and there's nothing you can do to stop that.
That's it. You're fit.
Like, it's just so fucking annoying.
Can't move. Assist. Now.
Ah! I keep forgetting. Because, like, in my head, I don't know. I just, like, I get so used to just regular rushing. That that might cost us the victory here.
Now, my sword will.
Bro, just stop linking.
Can't lose.
Oh my god. Who thought this was a good idea?
Think you can handle this?
The one thing that I did also learn is that apparently that first fight with the robot, it only has 200% weakness to everything as part of the difficulty mod. What is it that I don't hit you in the body here, right? Is this the head now?
Now, here.
I mean, I think we're dead. And I think if we...
Bring it on! Beat this! That all? That all?
Oh, that's cool. I really like it that the ability to do literally fucking nothing.
Think you can handle this? Beat this! That all?
No, don't fucking counter or nothing.
Here's it! Think you can handle this?
I mean, this fight still fucking blows ass.
Now! My sword will... Not bad.
Like, now I guess it would be easier if we were to, because I did at least, this isn't the save where I grinded. We're still only level 61 or whatever.
That's it.
I did decide that, like, if I'm going to turn out the difficulty mod, I'm at least not going to have leveled. But, like, this fucking sucks.
Now! Here! How's this?
Like, I don't know. I don't even know how I'm gonna split these videos up either, because like we were at like 90 minutes before we even started, like, you know, yesterday when I ended the video. And I mean, this has already taken like 12 minutes and we still haven't won. And I guess I'm just gonna stop talking now because the more I think about it, the more angry I get. Okay, so I did that fight for about, I don't know, like 25 more minutes, then the game crashed, and I'm so fucking done with this piece of shit game. Or this fight. I mean, the game is still good, but this fight is just, like, unbelievably, like, brain dead. I have no clue how anyone thought this was a good idea. I just loaded the save where we'd grinded up. So, we should win now, maybe? We actually do damage on our initial hit. Oh my god, we do, like, fucking almost triple the damage. I mean, it's like, you know, the whole series has been designed around the fact that, like, you don't have to grind. And then they're like, hey, what if we just had a fight that's literally fucking impossible if you don't grind? So dumb. So dumb.
That's it. You're finished.
I mean, I can't fathom the reasoning behind... And I mean, it's still, like, it's so RNG. Right? Like, if he just links you every single time, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I mean, he just keeps linking me, dude. He just keeps linking me. Like, what am I supposed to do if he just links me every goddamn time? It don't make no sense. And that does a little bit extra thing. I mean, at least you're, you know, it's really... I don't know, man. I'm just so mad right now.
Now! Here!
And we might still lose because we didn't get the best luck, but...
Not bad.
Because, I mean, he linked us every single time. I don't even know if you can win if he links you every time.
Can't lose. Beat this.
I mean, he's linked us 4 times in a row. Oh, he has an ultimate he can do if he links you. Oh, that's fucking cool. Because the fight wasn't stupid enough. Yeah. Yeah. He can do that.
Gotcha. Now. Here. Gotcha. Now. Think you can handle this?
It just doesn't make any sense. How the same people who made the rest of the game thought this was a good idea. Like, it's actually insane.
What you gonna do?
that this was made by, like, I mean, it feels like this was made by the fucking, like, I don't know, some dude off the street.
Gotcha! Now! Here goes!
Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Darkness, clear! So, what you gonna do?
It's like, okay, let's have, like, your ultimate ability that costs 90 CP and is imperative to survive against a lot of his attacks. What if it just had, like, a 50% chance to not do anything? What if you just, like, what if you could just waste all your CP? Bro, I don't know how you could counter that attack, because I've hit his arms, I've hit his head, and I've hit his body, and every time he counters.
Alright, let's do this.
Fuck off. Fucking trash piece of fight, man. Ugh, I hate it. Honestly, like, I mean, it's just... What a sour fucking way to end the game. I mean, and honestly, it's like, even if there is a real fight after this, to be our real final boss, I'm pissed because I had to uninstall the difficulty mod, because you literally can't beat it with it installed.
He did it!
Like, mathematically, I do not think you can maintain a high enough CP level to keep Morning and Moon. Like, even if you dodge every single time, I don't, because I mean, at most they can get like 4 hits off, and that's even if you're not buffed with speed. Like, I don't think it is possible to get the damage out there. Because, I mean, it's so close even without the difficulty mod installed and with this grinded up.
Thank goodness. That means...
That's just fucking awful.
This can't be happening!
You really don't do anything halfway, do you?
I can't imagine why you would think this was a good idea.
I thought I knew what you could do with your 8 leaves training, but you're fighting on a whole nother level today.
Good thing, too. Otherwise, I'd never have stood a chance against you.
It's like the whole fight is just based around, hey, what if we had an ability where it has like a 50% chance to do nothing? Wouldn't that be funny?
Time to make good on our wager, Crow. You're coming back with us.
Joke's on you, I wasn't really trying.
What in the...
You've been piloting a Divine Knight for 1 day. I've been using mine for 3 years. Did you think I wouldn't have a trump card to play?
Like 3 years, eh? So that means he was, so even before all the...
Damn it! It's like I didn't even phase him. My head!
When a Divine Knight is damaged, the Awakener shares their pain. Just as I feared, it was too early. Or perhaps it may have been too late.
No! No, you don't!
Oh, they're gonna link up or something?
Rean, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I'm fucking so goddamn mad.
Guys, what are you doing?
We are going to buy you time to get away from here.
Now, I mean, you know, one thing that is nice about having the Deuce of the difficulty mod is that I know this fight is fucking trash regardless. That it's just the base level design is awful.
Run while you still have the chance.
Which, I mean, I kind of already knew, but, I mean, you know, even without the difficulty mod, it's still almost impossible. Well, not really, it's just that, it's just, you need so much luck, even with us being higher level.
I can't.
At low level, I don't even know if it's even possible.
I won't just leave you all here.
You can, and you must! Heimdall's been occupied, and it's only a matter of time before we've got a full-blown civil war in our hands.
They might have been caught off guard today, but the Imperial Army's full of elite soldiers. When the war starts, it'll be long and bloody.
It's like over in like a month. What are you talking about?
But it doesn't have to be like that. You and the Ashen Knight could change things. You could find a third way, like Prince Oliver was talking about. A way that doesn't bow to either faction.
You can become the wind that changes the course of this conflict.
That's actually not fair. We don't know that it only takes like a month, because that's the one benefit I'll give Azur's horrible in-screen spoilers, is that it isn't actually, it makes it seem like Crossbell's invaded like the day that Lloyd comes back, but it is ambiguous over how long of a time gap there actually is between the Civil War in Erebonia resolving and Lloyd and friends doing the Azure tree stuff.
You guys, No, I can't! You'll never make it against him by yourselves! Just run, please!
Just look at yourself. You're in no position to be worrying about us.
Yeah, just leave it to us.
Once you've escaped, we'll go join the instructors, so don't worry. Take care of him for us. Okay, Celine?
Easier said than done.
Prolonging current battle poses the risk of sustaining irreparable damage. Immediate tactical retreat is advised.
That voice! Are you Valimar?
So you gathered enough power, have you? Well, we may have lost this battle, but at least we'll live to fight another day. All right, get us out of here. As far away in Erebonia as you can take us.
Command acknowledged. Charting course.
Wait, no! That's my call to make!
Back when I was with Zephyr, I couldn't protect them. But it's different now. I'm going to fight, Rean. For the people I care about.
Yeah, that's a kind of nice little
You and the others are my family now. And I'm not going to let anyone hurt you.
Even though I will say, I don't know how I feel about this mech shit, if I'm being honest. I'm not really a big fan.
need me, let me stay!
So that's actually... So, honestly, I think the game would have been fucking amazing if it had ended, I don't know, the second after you see the broadcast. I don't know. I don't really like the mech stuff, if I'm being honest. And I hate that seems to be like the way the future combat's gonna be going. That's gonna be a major factor, is all your major fights are gonna be mech battles. Which is, I don't know. I've just never really had much of a connection to, like, mech stuff. I just find it to be, like, way less cool than just people actually, you know, fighting themselves. I don't know. I will admit, the game ended on a slight sour note for me. Partially just due to I'm so mad at the Divine Knight fights, like, mechanically being trash. But also, I mean, even story-wise, I mean, I like that part, the little cliffhanger there, I guess. With, you know, Rean being forced to retreat. Which, I mean, I like the idea of Rean getting his ass kicked, right? Which is kind of definitely what I expected to happen there. You know, that Crow would, of course, be more experienced. But, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna be like... I guess I'm just, like, my initial raw reaction is I really don't like this mech stuff. But... I mean, we'll see how it goes in the future, but... I mean, I should have expected it, right? I mean, it's an anime, of course there's gonna be mech nonsense, but it was one thing, it was like when they just showed up and they're like, oh, they're enemies you gotta fight, but now that, like, you know, that's gonna be the way your major fights play out, I don't know. I'm not as interested, if I'm being honest. But overall, I mean, the game is still good. I mean, it's still great. I mean, I had fun with 99% of it. It's just this last little, like, hour is, I'm not a huge fan of, which I think does basically maybe it just means that I'm maybe a little burnt out, which solidifies my idea to take a bit of, like, probably like a month-long break before we do Cold Steel 2. We'll see. It may be a bit shorter. Because, I mean, I planned to take a break after Azure, and then I ended up taking, like, none at all. But I definitely have to. After doing Azure in this back-to-back, I'm a little burnt out, and I wouldn't mind playing something different on the channel. I mean, I've got, like, 2 ideas. I'm probably going to pick whichever one's going to be quicker. I haven't fully decided. But yeah, I'll probably, you know, do some new Let's Play for maybe, at most, a month. You know, anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. Long break before we start Cold Steel 2. I think that's going to be for the best. We do still have some bonus videos planned, though. I don't know. I guess this video is going to be like 2 hours long, because, I mean, I don't know, with all that Divine Knight shit, I mean, there's like a couple hours of footage to sift through for all that nonsense. I probably will just pick the parts where I'm talking, like, you know, that initial bit, skip to the part where I decide to uninstall the difficulty mod, and then skip to us doing it with being higher level. I don't know, just I mean, I can't get over it. I just don't like the mech stuff. I don't know. I guess it's just because, like, my fundamental, like, my ideological opposition to mech stuff is that it feels like characters aren't strong because, of their own strength. It's just because, like, oh, well, my mech is more powerful than yours. Which, I mean, I know they usually do try and, like, have some aspect of, like, oh, you know, the pilot, like, you know, Rean lost not because his mech is weaker, but because he doesn't know how to pilot it. Which is, like, okay, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel nearly as cool to me. It's just, like, people fighting normally. So, I don't know. Like, there's just something innately way cooler about, let's just say, Lloyd smacking a god in the face with his tonfas than there is to someone being in, like, an ancient, super powerful mech that they used to fight each other. I don't know. But yeah, bonus videos, we still got some planned. So one for each of the books, you know, the Carnelia and the new one. Then we'll do one for all the Bond events. And then we'll do one for the side story. Someone requested that I do a video on the reading the side story. And I was kind of probably going to do that regardless, but I figured that'd be a nice way to kind of have some amount of Trails content while we're on that, like, you know, a couple weeks to a month-long break before we start Cold Steel 2. Just because I think that's going to be for the best. For the overall quality of the Let's Play, not rushing into it. Just because, I mean, I think the fact that... I think maybe my anger right now is just a little bit of, like, burnout, maybe? I don't know. I mean, overall, I mean, I still really, really enjoyed the game. It just sucks that that final fight is so garbage. But I guess, you know, the Shadow Monster was your real final boss, which actually is a pretty good final boss. I just wish that one attack didn't one-shot you. Even though I do think that, I mean, the Crow fight definitely had more thematic weight. I just wish it had been, if it had been a normal fight, that would have been really cool. Like, if it had just been, instead of, Rean gets a mech, if he just, like, demoned out. And that was the way they balanced, you know, the fight story-wise with him being able to beat them. Oh yeah, it's the Shadow Realm. I don't quite get the flower, the significance of the white flower there. You can now save clear data. Yeah, okay, we got a bunch of achievements. But yeah, see, we're level 67 on this save compared to the 61. I don't know. The game's like 99% good. I am just a little worried about this mech stuff going forward. It's not really the biggest, like, personal, of course it's all personal taste. I mean, some people are like, oh, mechs, that's fucking cool as shit. Which is perfect. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I assume most people probably like it. I'm probably the minority that thinks it's kind of lame. But... But yeah, so like I said, we'll definitely have a few bonus videos to do. In regard, I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah, also, I don't know if I'm gonna do like a reflections video, like a discussion video like I've done for some of the previous games. I will probably do one. It will just come out closer to before Cold Steel 2 starts. Because, I mean, honestly, those videos kind of, even though I don't like fully script them, and they're just kind of a pain in the ass because they do take a while to write notes for, and even the videos themselves end up easily being an hour. We'll probably try and, like, I think I'll do one because, like, I don't really want to wait and do one until we finish all 4 Cold Steel games, because then that video would be like 8 hours long. So I'll probably do one, but it'll be like stripped down. I won't go into nearly as much detail as I did for, say, Azure, where it was like, you know, 2.5 hours just talking about that game. I'll probably try and keep it to like an hour-long discussion video, just kind of, especially once we move away from like the immediate, you know, salt, and I think more about this whole climax of the game and whatnot. Because, I mean, there are some things I definitely like. Crow being a bad guy, I think is really cool. Just because I'm always a big fan of when you're like, you kind of feel like attached to a villain, so to speak, right? And him kind of having like a ton of screen time as the villain is cool. I mean, granted, because, you know, C as a villain wasn't that compelling if he had just been like some random guy. Or even like, you know, even had been like Rufus or Neidhart or someone, you know, as a kind of... I mean, Neidhart was a joke. I didn't really think he was him. Rufus, I actually legitimately thought it could have been him. But like, because really C only shows up like 2 times and like twirls his mustache and like beats you and runs away. Except for, I mean, I guess you do beat him the second time he shows up, but... Like, he's not that compelling as a villain, but him being Crow and kind of having that extra, like, shared story between him and Rean, the way, you know, they thought they were friends or whatnot. And, I mean, they are friends. I assume eventually Rean will turn him and whatnot. But, much like in the past games, when it comes to the bad guy characters, like Ren, for example. But, like, I think that aspect's really cool. the foreshadowing regarding him being C is good. You know, obviously the names, right? Should have probably picked up on that, but you know, the way his ults are both cross-based, you know, and whatnot, and there's some other kind of the way Crow randomly disappears right before, because I guess I didn't really put too much thought into why that would happen. I guess in my mind, like implicitly, I was just like, oh, well, you have to get rid of a character because you have Angelica. Maybe they don't want you to have 7 characters for a boss fight. I don't know. I guess it didn't really strike me as odd, even though it probably should have. But that aspect, I mean, there's a lot of positives to say. It's just my immediate, like, I'm just a little worried about the future storyline with the mech stuff. But you know, honestly, I'll probably get over it once we get deeper in. It's just my immediate raw reaction is I wish we hadn't gone in that direction. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. This video's, you know, gonna be long. I think is this supposed to be part 102 or 103? Because what we might end up doing is just, because I don't really want to upload 2 videos with the finale. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do like a regular video and then the finale. But I think if this is supposed to be part 102, we'll probably just only do like 1 video the day before. Well, 101, because like in the last like few videos have been like 90 minutes. Just because I kept thinking we were about to beat the game, but yeah, I think that's it. So we got like 4 bonus videos, a discussion video. So while there will be a small break, there will still be some Trails content over the next month or so. As I decide on what I'm going to play next. Honestly, it'll probably be Ys, Memories of Cell Setup, I think is what it's called. Because I've been kind of wanting to go back to the Ys series for a while now, especially playing all these Trails games. I mean, you know, they're not similar at all, but, you know, same company and everything. But, yeah, might do that next. There's another game I'm thinking about, but it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling in a few days when I start recording that the new series to replace this. But yeah, I think that's going to be it from me. Overall, very, very good game. Minor, I mean, more than a minor. Major annoyance at the end, the Divine Knight fights are bad. Hopefully, if those return in Cold Steel 2, they'll actually be like, you know, maybe, I mean, the only thing I will give it the benefit of the doubt is that it's a cobbled together fight mechanic for the literal end of the game. So maybe it wasn't well thought out. The fact that it's all RNG based does scare the shit out of me and makes me, because I mean, that was pure suffering doing that. Even once we had loaded our save and like gotten, like once we had uninstalled the difficulty mod and we're higher level, I still lost like 4 or 5 times in a row because he just kept linking me over and over. And if he ever gets his ultimate off, you lose instantly. And there's no real way to prevent that. I mean, yeah, you can use Mirror Moon, but you don't always have access to it. And then even if you use Mirror Moon, there's like a 50% chance of doing fucking nothing. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Overall, like the game. I just keep repeating myself basically. Interested to see how it moves forward. Have some videos regarding, you know, we'll still have some Trails content on the channel and while the break's going on, but I think it's going to be for the best if we take a small break to prevent some burnout. And granted, once these videos get closer to going out, it's going to be the same way Azure was, where like when I beat Azure, I was like, oh, phew, I'm burnt out, let's take a break. And then by the time the final video started going up, I got excited again, especially because, you know, those videos tend to perform better. And the best way to prevent burnout is for people to be watching the videos, in all honesty. But I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next Let's Play. And bye, guys.